Hey friend, Molly Carmel here, your coach, your bestie, fiercely, fiercely, fiercely devoted to your freedom. We are here to break you free of your relationship with food and get you into the best and most loving relationship that we can find you. Let me tell you something, we are going to dream big. First of all, go to my book, Breaking Up with Sugar, take the quiz, see what your relationship status is with sugar and flour. It's likely you've done that already, but if you haven't, please take it. Because the thing is, you gotta know where you stand in this relationship so that you can take the best actions possible to break free from your relationship with sugar and flour, because that's like really where freedom begins. But in our long-term goal of getting you into a healthy and loving relationship with food, what happens so often is that we get really tricked up on volume. You know what I mean? On the amount of food that we're eating. And so many people, myself included, enter into a delusion. And here's what the delusion sounds like. A delusion, by the way, is a lie we choose to believe. So maybe I should just say it like that. A lot of us enter into this like lie that we choose to believe because it feels really good in the moment. I'm so with you. To say, well, it doesn't have sugar and flour in it, so I can eat as much as I want of it. Or worse than that, it's fine because it doesn't have sugar and flour in it. So it's fine that I ate a lot of it. When like, you guys, there's no free lunch. And here's the thing. We want full freedom. I want you to have full freedom. You deserve full freedom, and full freedom is completely possible. But if you're gonna get yourself full freedom, you can't do it by overeating food. Like, you're going to be in the same predicament. And like, can we be honest? Like, if you're going to eat and overeat, like, do you really wanna be overeating like steak and brie and peanut butter? Like, I don't know. Like, do you really wanna have it go down like that? I don't think you do. But you know, the thing about the volume is that like it gives you the same kind of nurturing sometimes that sugar and flour do. Like, oh, I get it. I'm telling you, like when I first broke up with sugar and flour, like I needed to eat like the most amount of food that I could get. Do you know what I mean? Like I ate a big salad like every single night of my life. Like it was like 4 to 6 ounces. I was like 6 ounces. You know what I mean? Like I wanted the most food as much as I could, as much of the time. Really, breaking up with volume was very, very hard for me. And like every other thing, like I roll my eyes at this because it's true. The things that are the hardest to give up have the best rewards after it, because not being a slave to quantity is freedom like I can't even express. There's like, honestly, like after breaking up with sugar and flour, the two other biggest freedoms, and I'll do a YouTube talk on this, is breaking up with volume and breaking up with snacking. We'll talk about that another time, but those two for me were as hard as breaking up with sugar and flour, and the rewards and the freedom of that was off the chain, was like, no words. So here's the thing, like, I don't know if you're ready to give this up, okay? But if you're ready to just like bite the bullet, get it done, I mean, do that. But if you're not, can you at least start to get real with yourself about it? Like, let's not live in a delusion about it, because listen, like being honest with yourself is really the first step of getting into a really loving relationship with yourself. So if you're not ready to start to like weigh and measure, if you're not ready to like, you know, eat the amount that really works for you, like I get it, I get where you are, but at least can you say, like, if you're monitoring your food, can you say, you know, I had 5 pieces of Ezekiel bread? Can you say that to your accountability partner? Can you, if you're having 5 pieces of bread, say, maybe tomorrow I can try 3? Like, can you take a stand in trying to decrease your quantity? especially if you're not releasing weight, you know, that's going to be the thing. I've treated lots and lots of people where we get to the stuck point, right? I've given up sugar, I've given up flour, and I'm not releasing this weight that is rightfully mine to release. Like, I really believe if you want to be in a different sized body and that's a healthy choice for you, this is your given right. And it's going to be in the volume. It's always going to be in the volume, right? And so the other thing I want you to think about is maybe you are brave enough to go and attack this volume issue. If you are, you know what we have to do, right? We gotta get you skills. We gotta get you right now skills that you're gonna use like your life depends upon it, right? So that means like when you have your relationship rebuild plan dinner, and you have like your sweet potato and you have your chicken and you have your vegetables and dinner is done, you have like 5 to 10 skills that you're going to be using throughout the night to get through. And here's what I know to be true. It takes like 3 days to a week. The first 3 days are always the hardest. And like I say over and over again, I say this about night eating and I say this about quantity. Like sometimes we just need to like put oven mitts on our hands, a little bit of duct tape on our mouth just to get through it, right? Because this is what holds us hostage. I don't want you held hostage by food anymore. I don't want you held hostage by pieces of Ezekiel bread. I don't want you held hostage by like steak. Like enough is enough. Like if you're anything like me, like you've suffered enough. It's time to have full freedom. There are times like when I'm out to dinner and I get served a plate and I'm having a lot of feelings. Okay, because like the thing is like when we need a lot of food, it's not because we're hungry. It's because we're having feelings, right? To this day, I look at when I'm feeling emotional, like I'm telling you, they will always be linked to a feeling. When I'm feeling sad, overwhelmed, scared, and the plate of food comes down that's like enough food for me to eat, and I'm saying to myself, that's not enough food, it's not enough food, it's not enough food, it's not enough food, it's always enough food. It's always enough food. I need to like wait and I need to like not react, right? So if I'm looking at that plate and I'm going to make an emotional choice to say I need more food than that when I know for years and years and years that's been enough food, like you have to make a decision to trust the process. You have to make a decision to trust the process. Now, again, I'm not saying this is your time to do this. I'm saying when you're ready to do this. And I'm saying before then, let's do some harm reduction. If you're having 5 pieces, can you have 3 pieces? If you're having 15 ounces, maybe try 12 ounces. There's a lot of work we can do on the volume. The end game is always going to be freedom, 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 freedom. And if you're willing to get honest to your innermost self, the volume holds us hostage worse than almost anything because we're not getting free to release our weight. We're feeling still bloated, hopeless, like that action of overeating is a shameful one for many, if not most of us, right? So it's like we're 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and that is not freedom. That's purgatory. You deserve better. So here's the deal. If you're in a thing with the volume, take 1 step. I mean, nobody loves you taking all the steps more than me. You want to take all the steps? Yahoo! Game on. If not, totally understand too. I'm a slow converter myself. I really am. So I'm totally with you. So can you take 1 step towards dealing with your volume issue? Can you share it? You know I love a good comment. Not only do I love a good comment, though, everyone around you likes a good comment. It helps others to share what you're doing. It makes you accountable. It is so win-win-win. So leave a comment below. And then you know I always want to know what's up, and I want you to know what's up with me. So subscribe to this channel, get your notifications on so that we can play, and get you into this life that you deserve, a life with freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Peaceful, loving relationship with food. It's all yours. I'll see you soon.